lost a big one in Los Angeles as James Toney fell to Sam Peter a couple of weeks ago, so he would like to get a rejuvenative win with Vazquez tonight. You saw Vazquez smiling warmly and greeting people on his way to the ring. He has one of the readiest smiles and the warmest dispositions of anybody in the sport. Now let's go to ring announcer Michael Buffer for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the MGM Grand of Las Vegas, Golden Boy Promotions and Saquon Ringside Promotions are proud to present this next bout. Sponsored by Cazadores, Rockstar Energy Drink, Southwest Airlines, and Sony. Sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission and the World Boxing Council at ringside. The three judges scoring this bout on the 10-point system will be Dwayne Ford, Paul Smith, and Peter Trematara. And inside the ring, your referee in charge of the action at the bell, Kenny Bayless. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC Super Bantamweight Championship of the World. Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing burgundy, official weight 121 pounds. His professional record, 33 victories, including 28 knockouts, with 4 defeats. The challenger de Ciudad de Mexico, Jhonny González. Across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black, trimmed with silver, official weight 122 pounds. His professional record, 40 victories, including 30 knockouts, only 3 defeats. También de Ciudad de Mexico, the reigning, defending WBC Super Bantamweight Champion of the World, Israel Magnífico Vazquez.
Had a long walk. Took the scenic route. Okay, trunks are okay on both sides. Gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want to caution you to obey my commands at all times. Keep the fight clean at all times, and what I say you must obey. Good luck. Buena suerte. Touch up.
These are two of the best fighters in the lower weight classes of boxing.
I agree with you, Larry, and it's going to be a very good fight. And both guys are pretty decent punchers on top of that, even though they're in the smaller weight divisions.
Gonzalez coming off wins over Mark Too Sharp Johnson and Fernando Montiel already this year, trying to present himself as a potential candidate for Fighter of the Year. If he can beat Vazquez, he would have an argument. Vazquez, on the other hand, may be making a case himself. He knocked out Oscar Larios. He knocked out Ivan Choco Hernandez. He's on a red-hot streak with a record of 40 wins and 3 losses. And you can see the difference in body styles right away. Gonzalez exceptionally long-armed for this weight class. Vazquez by far the more compact fighter.
At this stage right here, Gonzalez has got Vazquez reaching. Every time that Vazquez is starting to go in, he's kind of losing his balance because Gonzalez is keeping him at a good distance right now.
Gonzalez moving to his left, sticking the jab.
He's making Vazquez stretch.
So far, it's a jabbing contest, and if that's to stay the case, then maybe Gonzalez has the advantage. He's so much longer. Left hook grazes across Vazquez for Gonzalez. Vazquez starting to get a little closer. Already he's about 6 inches closer into punching range than he was before.
And I think that even though Gonzalez blocked that left hook, right sure he got his attention. You could feel the punching power of Vazquez.
Still a jabbing contest more or less to this point. Now Vazquez goes with the left hook to the body and backs Gonzalez up. Vazquez blocking the 1-2 upstairs.
Gonzalez throws very straight punches, a very economical fighter. You can see how good his defense is. He's going to look for Vazquez, try to lure him in to an opening.
Vazquez said no question at this stage he's a better defender than Mark Johnson or Ivan Choco Hernandez. This will be a more difficult challenge for me.
At this stage, Gonzalez is fighting the perfect fight. Basic boxing, keeping good balance, using his left hand, keeping the distance between the two of them, moving around, just doing basic, simple boxing.
Gonzalez's father has trained him up to this point. They brought in Oscar Suarez for this fight the first time, trying to improve Gonzalez's technique.
Well, at this point, he looks great. He's doing everything and keeping the fight at a distance where he can operate, and Vazquez cannot get his rhythm together.
Well, you've worked with Suarez before. What kind of a trainer is he?
Suarez is a good trainer and a very nice man, too. We worked together with Nassim Hamed. He's the Puerto Rican that's infiltrating the Mexican boxing world now.
Interesting. But, hey, that's what's happening to our sport.
Yeah.
Increasing globalization, increasing cross-pollination. You already made the point tonight about how you can no longer define a fighter's style by the geographic locale from which he comes. Eastern European fighters are boxer-punchers now. Mexicans box. All sorts of germination in the sport.
That's correct. As a matter of fact, we was at the press conference. Milton McCroy, who hadn't been at a fight in nearly 20 years in Vegas, he couldn't believe all of the Mexicans he saw there. He was surprised to see no big guys.
Yeah, he said, what, these are all little guys, Emmanuel, right?
Yeah, I say, what's good? What's the welterweight?
Vazquez landed a couple of solid punches as the round came down the stretch. He finally closed the distance between himself and Gonzalez in the last 20 seconds.
Don't let him come in. Take deep breath. That left hook. You got to use that left hook. The left hand and the left hook.
Don't wait on him, okay? You be first with that jab. You be first with that jab, keep backing him with that jab, okay? Drop that right hand to the body down behind the jab, right? Remember, he's tall, but the distance, right? Little head movement, get yourself a little bit closer. Use that up jab, okay? Just like in the gym, the up jab and the right hand in the body.
First round was a boxing round. Jhonny Gonzalez's defensive skills and long jab seemed to be preeminent in the first half of the round. Israel Vazquez got inside and fired a couple of big shots toward the end. Gonzalez jabbing just at the moment when Israel Vazquez tried to throw a right hand over the top. If Gonzalez can time his jabs that well all night, he'll be in good shape.
Gonzalez is fighting a very good fight right now. Keeping and even when he finishes up with his combinations, he gets right back at a distance again.
And even when he misses his punches, he creates range.
Yep, and he's jabbing and hooking, mixing up his left hand just enough to keep Vazquez a little confused.
Just saw him hook off the jab.
Yes.
A dying skill in the sport, but some fighters still have it.
I'm somewhat surprised with it at how easy he's controlling the fight, and if he can continue to do this, he's going to make this an easy fight.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if Vazquez can maintain his composure and stay in his envelope and keep trying to find opportunities without getting ragged, because things have come so easily recently for Israel Vazquez that a hard fight will be a whole new experience for him.
And he may get caught himself right there, really, because I see it, even though Gonzalez is boxing, he's still looking to shoot some good power shots in there.
This is more like ice compared to the fire of the first fight or the last fight. Just a really good toe-to-toe boxing. Gonzalez, the taller.
Good left hook inside by Gonzalez. The jab keeps Israel Vazquez at range. Gonzalez still getting the best of it well into round two.
You're right, Larry. This is nowhere near as exciting, but I'm really enjoying this a lot because I'm looking at a guy that's putting on a beautiful display of boxing skills right here.
Well, if you're as tall as Gonzalez and you know how to box and you can take a punch, you're awfully difficult to beat.
Yeah, and he's not only punching pretty good, too. He's fighting a perfect fight.
He lost his first 2 professional fights, by the way.
Gonzalez did allow Vazquez to successfully step inside his jab and fire a couple of inside punches about 30 seconds ago. But most of the time, Vazquez has been out on a tether at the end of a string, kept there by Gonzalez's long punches. Now Now Vazquez trying to double up on his punches to get something done.
But he couldn't get a rhythm. Once he landed that one jab or so, right where González went right back, he never let him get a really good rhythm to going.
Well, let's take a look at the next upcoming HBO pay-per-view event, October 21. There's blood coming out of González's nose.
3 Mexican warriors all in one night. Two-time world champion Juan Manuel Márquez, junior featherweight world champion Daniel Ponce de Leon, and battle-tested Juan Lascano. They're fighting for pride, for glory. They are fighting for Mexico. Márquez Jaca, De Leon Seeger, Lascano Garnica. Mexican Glory, Saturday, October 21st, live on pay-per-view. Don't miss it. Contact your pay-per-view provider to order.
You saw that the right hand get in. He's trying to fake you. So the right hand is what you got to do. Let's concentrate on that. Nice and calm. You're boxing well.
Well, somewhere in the last 30 seconds, the preceding round, Israel Vazquez drew blood from the nose of Jhonny González. I believe it was when he stepped inside and managed to land one left hook. That's the punching power that makes Vazquez so dangerous at every moment.
He's a good puncher, but he's got to be able to get in range. But it's very hard for him to get 2 or 3 punches together. He may land one, and that's about it. But González has a good chin himself also, and good experience.
We asked Vazquez yesterday if the long-armed Jhonny González is a better fighter than the long-armed Oscar Larios, whom he knocked out at the end of last year, and he said yes, he's more technically skilled, he's a better defender.
And he's using his range. A lot of guys be tall, but they bend down and they don't use their range. He uses range. Even when he shoots his punches, he keeps them at a long distance where he finishes up still with a distance.
González given credit by CompuBox for throwing 104 punches in the second round, 81 of them jabs, landing 17. 81 jabs in the round. That's boxing.
And he's dropping a few power punches in there at every opportunity he gets too.
But Vazquez is never out of the fight at any moment
He's a puncher.
because of his proven power.
Yeah, Vazquez is still a puncher. He can turn everything around with one punch. And that's pretty much what he's going to have to do, because I don't think he's going to be able to do it with a series of combinations.
I think his best punch is his uppercut. He's been nowhere near close enough to throw that yet.
After the first fight, the crowd here is sitting back and enjoying what appears to them to be just a sparring session.
Hard right hand by González over the top. Vazquez wanted to answer back right away with his own right hand, was just a little short. That's the length of González, which so far has been a big factor in the fight. Going away to training camp certainly appears to have benefited Jhonny González. A very smooth professional performance so far in the first 3 rounds.
Looks very, very good.
Hooking off the jab again. Leads with a left hook. Lands the 1-2 across the top. Vazquez has nothing with which to answer.
Nope.
Finally, a good body shot inside by Vazquez, and that backed González right off. And now there is a massive welt outside the right eye of Israel Vazquez. It is beginning to swell. It looks like a blood blister.
That's what it is. It's a blood blister, you know.
Now there's some blood coming.
That's from his nose, and that was there at the end of the last round, too. That happened toward the end of round 2.
But Vazquez has not been able to figure out how to deal with this style tonight.
And the blood blister outside his right eye is like nothing I've seen in a prize fight before, I think.
And that's just what it is, too. It's normally what you get on your finger, maybe, or something, under your fingernail.
We get a close look at the right eye of Israel Vazquez as they go to work over there. Highly unusual, the blood blister just outside his eyelid.
You can't put ice on his eye, don't make any difference, I've been saying. The only thing they do is try to pierce it and let the blood drain out.
I think they've already pierced it.
That jab, and you put that right hand behind that shot, okay? All right, more than one punch. You have to do combinations.
It hurts, right? And he's preoccupied with it.
A real nice hook there, and the hook right hand's gonna be there right for you also. All right, you see?
Right here you see a jab and a right hand, but I don't think that neither one of those caused it. I think it was one of those hooks that he threw off of his jab that caused the damage.
Or the accumulation from the jabs that he's been throwing in the hole. He threw 81 jabs in the second round. Through round 3, by CompuBox count, Jhonny González is averaging 97 total punches per round, 74 jabs per round. Vazquez averaging 63 total punches per round. So González is averaging 11 more jabs per round and total punches for Vazquez, who is dumped right on the seat of his pants by a left hook.
He's been so frustrated in trying to figure a way to get in that he can't even think, and C punches is coming at him.
Right, and the jabs set up that hook.
Yeah, that's what he's working on. He's working the left hand so much that Vazquez is having problems.
Oh, he rocks González with a big right hand inside.
González tried to come in and see just what Vazquez had left, and he found out.
Absolutely right. Body punches by González, but now Vazquez is getting his chances inside.
Yeah, but I think that González has got a rhythm that I don't think he's going to lose still in this fight here.
Well, certainly González seems to be handling the distraction of his bloodied nose better than Vazquez is handling the distraction of his damaged right eye.
I don't see that's distracting him too much. I just think it's the long arms and the style of González that's distracting Vazquez.
Right hand by González bothered Vazquez. Blood is flying out of the nose of González.
I agree.
Vazquez lands another left hook. González with the right across the top. I'm just saying that between rounds, Vazquez was obviously distracted by it. He was grimacing with pain, and he didn't seem to be really ready when the round began.
Yeah. I think the whole fight, the whole night is a problem for him, the way it's turning out to be.
So Israel Vazquez, who's been sailing through, suddenly finds himself in adversity. And we'll learn a little bit more about what kind of a fighter he is.
González is a classy stand-up
machine
boxer puncher.
Yeah,
great four-punch combination by González there, including a vicious left hook to the body. Vazquez with a good body shot. Two fighters raised in Mexico City. Mexico, once a hotbed of intense brawlers who gave no quarter and didn't mind taking punishment to give it. Fighting a skilled boxing match.
Yes.
This is not what you used to see.
No, you will never know these are two Mexicans if they wasn't Mexicans.
Good right hand by Vazquez. Yeah. González took it very well.
Vazquez is still trying to land that pass shot. He has not lost his determination.
I think he hasn't invested enough in trying to go to the body against a taller opponent.
But I think the wake-up call was the knockdown, which brought Vazquez to a higher energy level for the rest of the round.
He's got two good cornermen over there. Got Miguel Diaz, one of the best cut men in the business, and Freddie Roach, as we all know, one of the best trainers. So he's got a good corner staff over there. Vazquez.
Don't lead with the right hand from outside. You can't lead with that shot. You got to go with the jab first, okay? It's too long from outside, okay? Get close with the double jab and put the short right hand behind.
Here you see that the left hand has been having Vazquez so confused from mainly jabs, and he's been looking for a jab, and he got caught with a left hook that he didn't even see because he was looking for a jab to come instead.
Above the temple on the top of the head, and it's amazing how many times you'll see a guy go down from that shot.
Yeah, yes. And here Vazquez coming. Now it's a chance that he got to land a punch because González came a little more aggressive himself and got hit himself.
CompuBox numbers through round 4. Vazquez 57 out of 261. Only a 22% connect percentage. Not good for him. González 103 out of 379. The key number there, 379. He's already thrown 118 more punches than Vazquez in only 4 rounds. That's nearly 30 punches per round more that González has been throwing up to this point.
And he's been pretty accurate too. He hasn't been missing a lot of punches.
Heard Freddie Roach telling Israel Vazquez, don't try to lead with your right from outside. He's got to jab his way in.
No, he's a good boxer, but also the guy can punch pretty good himself. That's why you have to be careful. You're so preoccupied trying to find a way to get in, and then you forget and get caught yourself.
González having another good round here. He's already ripped Vazquez with a clean left hook. Landed several jabs. Vazquez having difficulty again with the length and the range of González.
Yep.
Needs to find more ways to get inside. Freddie Roach urging him to jab his way inside. It's not that easily done against a guy who's throwing 70 jabs.
And González is fighting like a machine. He's got a little rhythm, and he hasn't lost his rhythm the whole night.
That's González's blood on the forehead of Vazquez. Marco Antonio Barrera's nose bled like that through most of his first fight with Rocky Juarez. The rematch comes up just a little bit later tonight. Barrera won that fight. González is winning this one. Good body shot by Vazquez. Good left hook. Good right hand by González. Punishing Vazquez for trying to throw his left.
González is not just tasting his own blood, it's leaking down so heavily that he's almost sipping it. But it seems not to deter him at all.
No, it's affected his breathing, but it hasn't really affected his fighting. And a nosebleed sometimes is very difficult to stop. You can stop an eye cut better than a nosebleed sometimes.
This may be Vazquez's best round, but whether he wins it or not is another story.
After that González combination, it's a challenged story.
González's face and body are streaked by his own blood.
Work out.
Oh, good body shot by González. Ripping Vazquez twice to punctuate another good round. Referee's instructions in the locker room of Marco Antonio Barrera, the referee's ubiquitous Joe Cortez.
Marco Antonio, I'll be the referee for your fight tonight. When I say break, I want you to break clean. Knockdown, you go to a neutral corner, you stay there until I tell you to come out. Make sure you stay in that corner, because if you come out any sooner, I have to stop the count. There's no 3 knockdown rules, up to my discretion. If your opponent goes down, don't hit him while he's down. It's going to cost you points, or you may be disqualified. Watch your low punches, your kidney punches, and your rabbit punches. Accidental headbutt, we go to the after 4 completed rounds, we go to the scorecard. No saving by the bell in any round, including the last round. Thank you.
CompuBox numbers in round 5. Vazquez 16 out of 69. As Larry said, it may have been his best round of the fight. But González 35 out of 97, including 22 of 76 jabs. He has fought virtually every round exactly the same way. We go to the 6th. Because of the knockdown in the 4th round, we have not had a chance yet to bring you Harold explicating his scorecard. That will happen at the beginning of the next round, barring more dramatic action.
Well, I've peeked at Harold's scorecard, and what you see is what you're going to get.
In other words, it's a shutout so far.
I'm not giving it away completely. Harold needs his minute in the spotlight.
Doesn't he, though? That'll be coming up. The producers would prefer that you say 20 seconds, Larry.
They've always preferred that, but
Harold has his own ideas, I know.
He's got his own clock.
Oh, good body shot inside by González. He's fighting a near-perfect fight.
Yeah, he's fighting like a machine tonight. Steadily moving in and out, punching, never losing his rhythm, never letting Vazquez get set. Vazquez lands a punch, he'll come back with 2 or 3 punches to keep him from getting his confidence up.
González is just 26 years old, just turned 26 recently, so if this fight keeps going the way it is, You're looking at a fighter who's going to be around for a while and will make his presence known. Whether he excites people is another matter.
You know, I've always thought that Dwayne Wade's misplaced Y probably incentivizes him to be better, to be special, to really bring himself up off the page. I wonder if Jhonny González's misplaced 8 does the same thing for him.
You can hear the fans.
They wanted a Mexican fight.
They wanted a fight, and it's one-sided, no matter what kind of a fight it is. And in entertainment value, if not in skill level, this pales in comparison to Barrios and Guzman.
We are midway through the 12-round distance for this next to last fight on our pay-per-view card. Israel Vazquez defending his share of the 122-pound world title against Jhonny González, moving up from 118 pounds. A brilliant performance so far for González in the burgundy trunks. Earlier, in a really rough fight, Joan Guzman of Dominican Republic beat Jorge Barrios of Argentina by split decision. There's a beautiful left hook and the second knockdown of the fight. And second time that Vazquez has been down.
And I think
7, 8, okay?
That one hurt Vazquez, maybe not physically so much as it was a punctuation on a fight that so far he hasn't been in.
He had just landed a right hand, and González had came right back and retaliated right away to make sure that he didn't get his confidence up.
At the conclusion of this, we'll be bringing you Marco Antonio Barrera and Rocky Juarez, the second fight, a rematch of a brilliant fight that they fought in May.
So you can pick this up with this guy, okay? Letting this guy get off on you too much.
And this is what's been one of the problems, because he cannot tell whether González is going to throw a jab or a hook. He's been really mixing up his left hand wonderful tonight.
That was a perfect example, hooking off the jab.
He was looking for a hook to come on the outside, but the hook came short between the gloves instead.
Brilliant.
González is a straight shooter.
And he's fighting with a very complicated, very intriguing fighter who's doing a variety of things tonight.
He's moving up in weight, and he has so far completely dominated Israel Vazquez with a brilliant display of jabbing, boxing skill, left hook, couple of power punches that mean something. Vazquez just hasn't gotten much done. Harold Letterman, how do you have it so far?
Okay, Jim, 6-0, 60-52, Jhonny González. You got to give him an extra point in rounds 4 and 6 for the knockdown. Jim, I talk about ring generalship all the time. This is beautiful ring generalship. He keeps it at the end of that jab, perfect distance, works off the jab sets up the left hooks and the straight right hands. 6-0, González.
And González looks like he really wants to finish this in sensational style. Is that a mistake?
No, I think no. He's landing enough punches. He can gamble. It is a gamble, but I think the way his rhythm is going now, I don't think nothing is going to stop him.
And Vazquez has hit him a couple of solid shots and doesn't seem to have moved him at all.
No, when he hits him, that's what's been so good. He'll come right back to keep Vazquez from getting his confidence up.
No, indeed, Vazquez has only one thing to show for his efforts all night, and that's González's bloody nose. But while the blood keeps flowing, the punches keep coming, and González keeps landing.
He's fighting a very good fight, keeping a good tempo. You never let this man get set.
Oh, that's a good body shot by Vazquez. Momentarily knocked González off dotting.
The question here is, Vazquez got the kind of stuff to pull this out? Is he willing to sell out, knowing that he's so far behind he needs a knockout?
I believe he does, myself personally. I don't know if it will happen, but I'm just looking at his facial expression. He's never lost his determination, and he's still punching with full power.
I agree. I think he's going to go out on his shield.
Good right hand there. There it is.
Knocks González down with a right hand.
Yep.
Well, I think we told you he wouldn't quit.
Yep. Great right hand. He never lost his determination. You can see that in his face.
That's why big punches are never out of the fight. That's why Vazquez is never out of the fight.
And González may really be hurt here.
He's in trouble.
Because he was just
holding on.
But he's doing what he should do. Clinch. Don't care what the crowd say. Just clinch. Don't trade punches while you're hurt like this.
Well, that got the crowd's attention.
Buying time. Kenny Bayless watching. González effectively buys another 5 seconds. doesn't have his legs back yet. Vazquez still looking for another big shot. González starts to throw again.
Now this is becoming what the fans want to see.
Ten seconds left in the round. Vazquez searching and searching. González professionally makes it out of the round.
Let him up.
Good fight.
One-sided just became two-sided.
Give me some ice quick. You gotta work him with intelligence. Don't get too close to him. Do it at a distance. The jab and the right hand. The right hand is, that's the one we told you.
Straight right hand right down the middle and back of the hook, all right? But after your combinations, now you have to move your head. You can't stand in front of the man, okay? You stand too stationary.
What we can see here was basically González got too close, and trying to throw a short punch at a short distance. Vazquez with the shorter hands was more accurate, and his punch got through a lot better. Because González has to have room. He has a loop in his shots, and it was simply just a case of being too close.
You get close to Israel Vazquez, you're asking for trouble. It's as simple as that. He still hasn't had a chance to throw what I think is his best punch. One of the better uppercuts you'll see in the sport. Power in 7, Vazquez 19 out of 36, González 18 out of 38.
Most important, Jim, it's revived the spirits
of Vazquez.
Suddenly he came out thinking, I got a chance here.
But I think both guys have a lot of confidence now. I think González has recuperated. He's going to try to pick it back up where he left off.
I think the next 5 rounds are going to be fascinating.
Very
if it goes that far. And you're right, Vazquez's energy level is way up again.
No hold.
And González doesn't have the same confidence anymore.
Work out.
For one thing, he's not throwing his jab as frequently as he did in preceding rounds.
No, he's a gangly type fighter, and he's got to get back. He's fighting a little too close now.
And there's another knockdown. Nope, Kenny Bayless is going to say it was a push. But there was a body shot in there that did damage.
He's got to get back to fighting at his zone that he was fighting from. He's beginning to fight too close now.
I didn't see what happened there because of the angle we're sitting at. But I don't think González would have gone down if Vazquez hadn't punched at him. To me, that is a knockdown.
Well, it was a good body shot and a push.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a 50-50 call.
You know, off balance or not, if you don't go down because you're not hit, that's one thing. If you go down,
González is fighting to let him get too close now.
González has knocked Vazquez down twice and has won the round. Vazquez has knocked González down once in the last round and had him on the canvas again here. It was not ruled a knockdown. But look at the determination in the face of Israel Vazquez now as he searches for another opportunity to get inside.
González is still back to his rhythm again. He's trying to take control of the fight.
Good left hook by Vazquez. González not nearly as free with his jab now. Misses over the top with the right hand.
But he's taking control of the fight again.
He's starting to let his punches go again. When he lets his hands go, he puts Vazquez on the defensive.
And don't forget, he punches pretty good himself, too.
Obviously. 2 knockdowns already. Good right hand by González over the top. He's the one with the reach.
It's interesting. After being knocked down and hurt seriously, he's come back and won the very next round.
Well, I don't think Vazquez is even considering the possibility of winning a decision at this point. If he is, he's out of his mind. So it really isn't important to him to win rounds. It's important to try to find more chances to hurt González.
You got your second air, so keep working on it. Take some deep breaths. Yeah, let's get distance. Give me some ice. Come on. You gotta get some distance there. That's the way we work. The distance.
Jhonny, que tú cuando gire,
Now we want when you
no la pase para allá, solamente aguante.
we want straight right hand.
Apriétala.
Yeah.
Giro, okay,
Now that was what was ruled not a knockdown, and
yeah, it was it was a punch earlier to the body I thought was good.
Good left
and
hook
the
to the
last
body.
punch was more like cuffed him on the outside. So, you know, I would have to go along with whatever the referee called in that case.
Kenny Bayless ruled it not a knockdown. Power shots through 8. Vazquez 77 out of 186. He's got his connect percentage up to 41% on the power shots. That's much higher than before. González 95 out of 209 in power shots, 45%. His average number of jabs per round has dropped to 67, but that's still quite extraordinary, throwing 67 jabs per round. At one point earlier in the fight, he was throwing 80 jabs per round. Two-thirds of the way through the fight. González trying to put the finishing touches on what would be a rousing decision victory, or so it would appear. And Vazquez looking for a knockout, lands a big left hook, and hurts González. Not that badly, though. Here comes Jhonny coming back. But the blood starts to flow again, liberally from the nose. Got to be a distraction, Emmanuel.
Vazquez is very strong with the punching power. But the thing about it is you have to watch, González still punches with pretty good power.
Yeah, and keeps Vazquez on the defensive and now loses his balance. Israel chases him into the ropes and now smiles and laughs about it.
Well, you can see the really physical strength difference is much for Vazquez. González is still a gangly type kid. He doesn't have the still best coordination and strength, but still he's just so busy all the time.
When Meldrick Taylor tasted his blood throughout his fight with Julio Cesar Chavez, we were later told that people at the hospital thought Taylor may have swallowed as much as a half gallon of his own blood in that fight.
But I think his was mostly bad bleeding in the mouth, whereas for the most part, González is bleeding at the nose, so a lot of that blood is just running down his face.
Correct. The blood from Taylor's mouth was inside his mouth and was going straight down his throat.
Yeah, and you notice that González is fighting with his mouth open to get breath.
Because he can't breathe out of his nose.
Correct.
Vazquez got in a low blow, got warned for it.
Work out. Stop. Go back. Come on, fellas. There we go.
Israel Vazquez was about a half-inch wide to the right with a right hand that could have done some damage. Look at the power he tries to put on the uppercut. That was the first time all night he really tried to throw that vicious left uppercut that
and he better watch it. Don't get caught by himself, because still González is still punching pretty hard himself.
No.
And Vazquez can get a little too overconfident and get caught himself if you don't watch.
Well, no pain, no gain. He's got to take those chances now.
Yeah.
Oh, he's won this round with big shots, that's for sure. But winning rounds isn't going to help him much now. Trying to get a knockout and hurting González throughout the round.
González doesn't look too good. I think the physical strength is taking his toll now.
All right, let's get into the locker room and hear Joe Cortez's instructions to Rocky Juarez.
Any questions?
Retaliating, I guess you can say. Rapid punches, like you said. If he hits me back of the head, and
if he hits you in back of the head, I will take control. If you retaliate, yours is intentional. I don't know if his is intentional or not, but if you retaliate, yours is intentional. Then there'll be point deductions on your part. Okay, let me take actions, and I'll do my job in the ring, and I'm sure we'll have a good, clean fight.
All right.
Understood?
Yeah.
Any questions?
Just dropping the mouthpiece.
If you drop the mouthpiece, if you do it less than intentional, there'll be point deduction. However, it's up to my discretion. Okay? Anything that's intentional will be point deductions. However, I will give him some warnings if it's just coming out because of a punch. If it comes out,
Power shots in 9. Vazquez 21 out of 41, including some solid left hooks. González 16 out of 42, including only 9 of 45 jabs. As González throws fewer jabs, Vazquez has more chances to get inside and land big stuff. So the fight still hangs in the balance with 3 rounds to go. Harold, how do you have it through 9?
Okay, Jim. 8 rounds. Let's see. We got it 7 rounds to 2. 87. 81, Jhonny González. Jim, the one thing that'd kill this fight is if the judges scored a blood. You know, you get a guy all bloody, and a lot of times the judges see the blood, they start scoring rounds for Vazquez, then he's not winning. I thought Vazquez did win 2 rounds of this fight. He definitely won round 9, and he won the round where he knocked him down, which was round 7. But other than that, a masterful performance by Jhonny González, keeping him on the end of the jab, working the hook and the straight right hand off the jab.
Between rounds, González had his mouthpiece out in the corner and was licking the blood off his top lip. His cornerman urging him, don't lick the blood off your lip. We'll wipe it. But it's an instinct. Vazquez's face is a swollen mass. His nose may be broken up around the bridge. There's a low blow by González.
Time.
Timeout. Vazquez has 5 minutes if he wants them.
Yeah, he's not going to take 5 minutes.
No, he's not going to take 5 minutes because he's warmed up and he wants to fight.
One more, and I'm going to start deducting points.
So no point deduction for that low blow.
Time in.
Both fighters have been warned once.
Kenny Bayless doing an excellent job there of warning González that was a hard blow below the belt, and only one more would initiate a deduction.
Stop, stop! Let him up.
Good left hook by Vazquez, and he's wobbled González again, and there's the second knockdown that Vazquez scores of González, and González doesn't look good.
No. Physically, the strength is taking its toll.
They're waving the flag in Jhonny's corner.
Why are they doing
Vazquez
that?
has won the fight. They're throwing in the towel in Jhonny González's corner.
I don't believe this.
Chavez Taylor all over.
Why did his corner, with a minute to go in the round, do they know their fighter so well that they thought he had nothing left?
Blood or legs?
And he was winning that round to me up until the knockdown.
I don't understand why they threw in the towel or called for the end of the fight.
Oscar Suarez and Jhonny González's father together came to the apron to throw in the towel.
And you wonder if that was his father making that decision.
Nope, I'm told now. The interpreter, Ray Torres, is telling us that the father did not want the fight stopped and that it was Suarez who is training him in this fight for the very first time.
Which again makes it even more puzzling.
Ray Torres, our interpreter in the corners. What happened in Jhonny González's corner?
I think Suarez precipitated that call. I think that González's dad didn't even know. I asked him why they stopped the fight. He said, I don't know. I didn't stop it.
Unbelievable. So Oscar Suarez brought in to train Jhonny González ahead of González's father, who's had him his whole career. In his first chance to train González, he throws in the towel and stops a fight that González had won on the scorecard, in all probability.
And it won that round up until the knockdown.
In all probability.
But while we're puzzled over that, we still have to give Vazquez
great credit.
A ton of credit.
The highest marks, because he was so far behind in this fight and didn't allow himself to get discouraged.
Watch the left hook. Boom. González was gone from the moment of that left hook. It just took another couple of blows to get him to the canvas. Now at this point, he was clearly waiting out the count, Emmanuel.
Yeah, but you can see he was very weak, I could kind of see it to some degree why Suarez maybe stopped him. Because it looked like even though he was winning the round maybe, and may beat the count, everything I looking at his body and his facial expression was he was done.
He does look done. I will grant that.
He looks done.
But this is such a big fight for him, such an important fight. He is such a well-schooled fighter. Can't you give him the chance to survive the round?
Well, maybe Suarez was thinking Vazquez is simply too big a puncher against which to take that chance, that there was too much chance that Jhonny would get hurt.
Yeah, I don't think the results would have changed at all. I think Vazquez would have knocked him out regardless, and maybe this even been more brutal.
What a determined, gutty performance by Israel Vazquez. Now, we're going to watch this replay on which you'll see that after the knockdown, as the count takes place, Vazquez spots the fact that González's corner wants to stop the fight. And Vazquez is the one who alerts Bayless to what's going on, because Bayless at that moment apparently had his back to it. See this? Kenny Bayless turns his back. And now Vazquez yells, look, look, they want to stop it. And there's the white flag. And it's Suarez who is waving the towel.
Now, the way he got up there, he got up smartly. I mean, he got up like a military guy getting up off the floor. He just straightened right up.
We were in the 10th round, and Larry, excuse me, González was leading 85-83, 85-83, 86-82. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official particulars on the knockout.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the MGM Grand, referee Kenny Bayless calls a halt to this contest as the challenger, Jhonny González, is unable to continue. The official time, 2 minutes, 9 seconds of round number 10 in one of the great performances in this division. From Ciudad de Mexico, still the reigning WBC Super Bantamweight Champion of the World, Israel Magnífico Vazquez.
Final CompuBox number.